The Makertum Mk1 is an incredibly powerful heated bed for your 3D printer, but is it worth the premium price and the danger of 120 volts running through your 3D printer bed? Let's find out. So the Makertum Mk1 is currently available on their website. Now it's advertised as pre-production units. They already had a beta, but I guess this is the sort of post-beta but pre-full release. Anyway, the kit costs anywhere from 37 to 44 euros, depending on if you want a solid-state relay or not. And if you don't have your own solid-state relay, yes, you will need to purchase that. So for most people, it will cost 44 euros. However, that's not all. You also need to purchase a thermistor on your own and an appropriate power outlet for your country. So your total cost is going to be somewhere around 50 euros, which will translate to different values depending on where you currently live. Now it does advertise some pretty impressive specs. It has 500 watts of power, 2-minute heat up time to 110 degrees C, a nice power indicator, and a ton of safety features. Now this is high voltage, so they do take quite a few safety precautions in order to prevent you from getting shocked. On the back of the board they have a thermal fuse, and in line with the power they do have a current fuse, so two pretty important safety features in order to prevent any accidental meltdowns. Additionally, you'll find tons of shrink tubing all around this guy, protecting pretty much any exposed metal to avoid any potential shocks from touching this board. However, that being said, you still do have to take caution while using it, and it is not really recommended that you run this board without full supervision during the entire printing process. Assembly of this board can be a bit daunting. You are required to solder on the LEDs and thermal fuse yourself. The LEDs are incredibly tiny, and it will take a steady hand and a decent soldering iron to achieve this. In addition, you do have to crimp quite a few connectors onto wires. And being that this is 120 volts and it is rather dangerous, I would recommend that you use a real wire crimper, and that will cost you about $25 if you do not already have one. After that, however, it's pretty much just bolting a bunch of stuff together. They do have a very handy diagram on the back of the board showing you exactly what ports need to be hooked up where depending on which voltage you're going to be running this board at. Now once it's all together, you can finally test your board, and I was pretty pleasantly surprised with my board. I don't have a print surface on the board, and it is required that you get your own print service. The blue LED indicator was extremely bright, and it's very good for letting you know that the power is on. And even after powering it for that short amount of time, the board gets fairly uncomfortably hot, and that was only a few seconds of power. So I went ahead and did a quick comparison of this board to a 24 volt silicone heater. Now the silicone heater is about 180 watts, and this board is around 500. So as you'd expect, this board did heat up quicker, but how much quicker? A lot quicker. The Makertum managed to reach 100 degrees Celsius in just about 50 seconds, much quicker than their advertised time. And the 24 volt heater, on the other hand, well, it took a bit longer, about 11 minutes to hit temperature. 11 minutes is pretty standard for a 3D printer to hit ABS bed temperatures. However, the Makertum can do that in 1/10 the time. So overall, what are my thoughts on this printer bed? Well, first of all, it's pretty expensive. Like I mentioned before, it's going to cost you about $60 before you consider what print surface you're going to be putting on this guy. So if you decide to go with glass and then even something on the glass, it can push $80 or $90. And for a heated bed, that is pretty expensive. However, that being said, if you do a lot of ABS printing, and if you are usually hanging around your 3D printer, not leaving it printed unattended, then this may be very good for you. It could save you up to 10 minutes on each print, and if you do the math, if you're printing as a business, that 10 minutes per print can quickly add up to saving quite a bit of money in waiting for that printer to heat up. Now there are alternatives to this bed out there. There are some 110 or 230 volt silicone heaters. I have not personally tried any. However, they do seem a little bit safer because, first of all, you don't have to solder yourself, and second, everything is enclosed in that silicone. However, this board does give you the flexibility of, first of all, being able to use a glass bed directly instead of sticking your silicone heater to aluminum and then putting a glass bed on top. And secondly, it allows for both 110 and 230 volt operation. In case you ever wanted to switch that, for whatever reason, you always could. So, final verdict, would I recommend this? Yes and no. If you're just a normal guy with a 3D printer and you don't mind waiting for your bed to heat up, sure, it's an inconvenience, but it's only 10 minutes. No, I wouldn't recommend this board. It's a bit pricey, and it's a bit too dangerous for most. However, if you're a hacker and if you like things to go fast, if you got some money to spend on your printer, or like I mentioned before, you're a business and could really benefit from this quicker heat up times, then yes, go for it. It's a pretty good investment, and you will be blown away by how quick this guy heats up. So that's pretty much it. Stay tuned for a giveaway of this product. I will be making another video shortly about it. Giveaway will be open internationally. However, if you are international and win, you will first of all be required to pay for shipping, and second, you will have to reconfigure the board in order to work on 230 volts, as mine is configured for 110 at the time being. But that's pretty much all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to see more of these Patreon-sponsored reviews and giveaways, head on over to my Patreon. Consider dropping some support over there. All the money from there goes directly towards buying these products to review and give away. So thank you all for watching. I'll catch you guys later.